Hey yo, what's good everybody? It's your boy Matthew Maley for MatthewMaley.com. Well, as you guys know, I usually do my poker recaps chilling on my couch or in my poker room, but I figured we're here in Vegas. I officially got done with my first day of work, if you will, and what better backdrop to do this video than the Las Vegas Strip. So it is exactly 3 o'clock in the morning. I've been playing cards since about 5:30 this afternoon. Sat down in the 1-3 game, as I kind of told you I was going to. Ended up getting in a pretty decent table. Sat down pretty quick. Bought in 300, which is max buy, like I always do. And really, from the first hand, shit just got crazy. Very first hand that I posted, I picked up ace 9. Ended up making a pretty good bluff at it. There were 5 people in the pot and 4 hearts peeled off. I ended up pushing a little bluff in there, and I took down the pot surprisingly. So that actually got me above, my $300 buy-in pretty quick there. Then the very next hand, I picked up pocket 5s and slow played it. Just called, just limped. Had 4 callers. Flop came up 5-4 jack, 2 diamonds. So I was a little scared with the diamonds, but I ended up. Guy bet into me. I raised 100. He made it I'm sorry. Actually, I checked pre-flop. Guy bet 20. Another guy called the 20. I raised plus 100. One guy folded, one guy called. So I had a pretty decent sized pot going. And since I only started the hand with probably 330, right there alone, I already had more than a third of my stack in play. So as soon as the turn card hit and it was a blank, I was really only scared about the diamond more than anything. I wasn't fearful set for set, but if that happened, that's life. I'm not getting away from my second nut hand at that point. So I ended up guy bet at like 50, and I shoved, and he ended up calling. He didn't show what he had, but my set was good. So I ended up taking out that pot, and with that pot, that put me to about 700. The very next hand, I picked up ace king. 2 people had called pre-flop. I raised, everybody folded. Hand after that, I picked up jack 6 and mucked. And then a hand right after that, I picked up pocket jacks, and there was a raise, a call. I re-raised it and took it down. I'm sorry, I actually got 1 call and then bet on the flop and took it down. So in 5 hands, in literally 5 minutes of cards, 10 minutes of cards, I got up to 790. Almost had 8 stacks. 800, 8 stacks of chips. Sadly, that was as good as it got for me. I ended up kind of a little while after that, went and got some dinner. Which, shout out to they do a little banquet hall over there, and they get some of the food from inside the Rios, the chicken fried rice. Get it, $4, best meal you're gonna get for $4. But ended up, when I came back from grabbing some food, things just kind of went a little south from there. I ended up, the big spot for me, I picked up pocket 4s, and I'd actually set it 2 other times when I hit when I had a pocket pair. I don't know what it was, but I set it probably 7 or 8 times. No, probably 10 plus times tonight. It seemed like every time I pick up a pocket pair, I would set. So I actually played small ball with a lot of my pocket pairs, and actually missed out on a couple bets because I was so expecting to set that a couple times when I should have made a raise, I actually didn't. So my bad. But the big hand for me was a hand I had pocket 4s. And I actually raised this time. I made it 12. Won 3 games, so I made it 12. Flop comes up 4-5 queen. 4-5 queen. So I ended up putting in a decent sized bet because there were 3 people in the pot and 2 people called. All right, whatever. Turn card comes out a deuce. Okay. I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry, a tray. It comes up a tray, so it's 3-4-5 queen on board. Yeah, 3-4-5 queen. Yeah, 3-4-5 queen. So I still feel pretty good about my set, but guy bets 40. Guy raises it. I'm sorry, no. Guy bets 40. I raise. Guy shoves. Other guy calls his shove. I re-raised this guy. I started the hand, with about 700. This other guy started the hand with about 350, 400, and the third player started the hand with only like 150, 200. So I reshoved. He called and turned over 6, 7 of spades. So not only did he have the straight, now he also had the draw to takes away a couple of my outs. It was ugly and didn't get there. The other guy actually showed the straight as well. He had the dumb end. He had the ace deuce side. So he had the wheel. This guy had the straight to the 7, and I'm sitting there with a set of 4s looking stupid. So that hand really hurt me. That would have been that was almost at least $1,000 pot, I would say. And that hand really ended up hurting me. So with that hand, I got knocked down to about 450. And then just through some bad luck and a couple cold deck situations and a couple bad plays, ended up getting down to about 350, and then was really kind of teetering right on the brink for a while of, should I just say screw it and leave, or just try to keep making something happen. And at this point, I was at about 300 and ended up picking up a really, really crappy hand. I flopped top, I had pocket 10s and bet it the whole way down. Guy ended up calling, he had spiked bottom pair, he flopped bottom pair. There was no overcards. The flop was, I think, like 8-6-4, and he had 7-4 in his hand. No, he had a jack-4 in his hand, and the river hit a jack for 2 pair, which is disgusting. So that pot ended up hurting me pretty badly. I bet that all the way down. Then I had another hand. After I recovered a little bit, I actually picked up I flopped another set. Flopped a set of 7s, and ended up rebounding to about 250, 280, almost 300. And then picked up ace king, flopped an ace, bet it, called, all the way down, and on the river, queen hits, dude had ace queen. So it's just a lot of cold deck situations, a lot of hands that I wasn't going to get away from. I don't really feel that I made bad plays on. I just got unlucky, and sometimes that happens, So again, I got down to about 150 or so. Then picked up a pretty good hand with king 9. Had king 9 on the button actually, and called. A guy had raised to 10. I called. Flop hit king and a 9. Beautiful. So he ended up betting. I called. I totally just check called the whole way down. Well, I just called his bet. I didn't raise until the river when I shoved, and on the turn. I shoved on the turn, and he ended up calling, and it held up. So that got me back up to about 350 or so. So pretty awesome. Then I picked up pocket kings, feeling good. Finally see some kings. Hadn't gotten anything above jacks all night, so I'm feeling good about my kings. I raise pre-flop. I raised it to 16 because 3 people had called, so I raised it to 16. 2 people call. Okay. Flop comes up 9-3-3, 2 diamonds. Guy leads out. Bets. He started the hand first off with about 200. Maybe about $1.80, 200. Guy leads out for 25. Comes to me. I just say, screw it, I'm all in. He calls, flips over 3-6. He calls $16 cold with 3-6. So, and he even said, well, I've been playing so many good cards. Sometimes you got to win with bad cards. I'm like, really, bro? Really? So that one hurt. That crushed me back down to about 150 or so. That one really hurt. And then I ended up picking up pocket 9s and pretty much got a damn near max value for them. I had rebounded a couple hands, so I was back up to about 200 or so, 250. And I picked up pocket 9s and just called a raise of 12 with them. Flop came up 9-3 blank. Bet, I called. Turn card hits another tray, so now I've got the boat. Oh, I'm sorry, no, it was king 9-3. It was king 9-3 because she had ace king, and ended up turning the boat. The whole time I'm checking, she bets, I call. Check on the turn, she bets, I call. River card, I check again. But the problem is the flush card came, and I probably should have just let out. I didn't, and I think I missed a bet there where I could have actually gotten the rest of my chips in there. I ended up not getting paid about $45 or $50, and I think I probably could have. So I think I missed a bet there, but it is what it is. Then really that got me back up to about 340 or so. Actually, I'm sorry, it got me back up to 400. Then I ended up dropping a pot to this guy that I could not beat all damn night. And he made a really, I had ace 5 of spades, and the flop came up king 10 5 2 spades. So I felt pretty good about it. You know, just where I was at, you know, I mean, yeah, I got bottom pair, but I've also got the nut draw. So he ends up betting out, and he bet like, I think like 25 on the flop, and I called. Probably shouldn't have, but whatever, I called. Turn card, he bet 45. He hit a blank, you know, but I still called it. I had this weird feeling that he was betting with like an ace queen type of hand or an ace jack type of hand where he didn't have the king and he was just betting it down. Then on the river, he did something really weird. He only had about 140 in front of him, and he bet like 85. And that threw me off. And that, I even said to him, like, if you had just gone all in, I probably would have called. Just because I had this feeling that he just wasn't there. But when he made that bet, it threw me off so much that I just really felt, I don't know, I really felt like all of a sudden, just that quickly with that bet, he was just a sucker bet. He was just begging me to raise him. So I ended up letting that hand go, which that one really hurt again, got me back down. I mean, this is the roller coaster of all roller coasters. Dropped me back down to about 300. And then probably about 10, 15 hands later, and mind you, this took a couple hours because we went through a couple of the worst dealers I've ever seen. You can tell they just hired 1,400 new dealers because these were some bad dealers. Ended up picking up pocket 5s against the same guy who just beat me with that hand. And then I flopped. The flop came out 6-5-6. And so I'm like, yes, finally I'm going to get to beat this guy in a pot because he beat me probably 7 or 8 hands. I never could beat this guy. And so I'm checking it the whole way down. And finally on the river, I throw in a bet there, trying to get something. And he ends up mucking. So I still count it as a win, but that was about it. And that was pretty close to towards the end. I had a couple, literally an hour or two of time where I went down to nothing but Jack 3, King 4, Queen 6, you know, 9-7, call the bet, raised, shit. 10-8, call the bet, raised, shit. Jack 10, don't call the bet, comes out Jack 10-10. That type of shit. But at the end of the day, it's my first session. I would have loved to have been able to pull down a win. Oh shit, the train's going by. I would have been able to love to have pulled out a win for the first session here in Vegas. But at the end of the day, hey, I made $18. Something. So it's better than nothing. And at the end of the day, I didn't lose. So I figure that's a good start. I would have loved to have been able to walk when I was up to almost 800. But I'd said from the jump, unless I quadruple up, I'm going to stay and play. I'm here to play. I'm not here to just, you know, strike it quick and dip. So we'll see what happens. But overall, I'm all right with my play. I had a little bit of a run where I was playing pretty crappy, but I do feel that I was able to turn it around decently. So I'll give myself a B+. Actually, we'll give myself a B for today. Definitely room for improvement. But I didn't dunk off all my chips. I didn't get too blinded by the spotlight of the World Series of Poker. And for the most part, I'm pretty happy. So there we go. Wrap up of day 1 of my World Series journey, if you will. Also, got to give a shout out to my boy Marco with Quad Jacks. Saw him in there tonight. Hopefully, you get to do another video and interview and all that with him. So, check out quadjacks.com. Sign up for the newsletter. Some really, really, really good poker analysis. Some great pros that are up on that site. And hopefully, soon enough, I'll have my own segment on there too. So, but as always, thanks everybody for all the support. Thanks for checking out my videos. I really appreciate it. So until the next video, I'm officially signing off. This is Matthew Maley from MatthewMaley.com. Day 1 poker recap of the 1-3 no limit game here at the Rio in the World Series of Poker. I think I was playing at the Amazon. But until the next video, definitely check out the rest of my flicks. They're all over MatthewMaley.com in the video blog tab, as well as all over YouTube. Search for Matthew Maley Poker. You can check all my videos out, like, comment, subscribe on them, all that. Of course, you can also follow your boy on Twitter at Matthew Maley. big win by the Heat tonight. I wasn't really able to tweet along with the game. I didn't have a TV to watch, so if anybody missed me on Twitter, I apologize. I'll try to get on there for the next one. And, of course, you can hit me up on Facebook, like your boy's page, at Matthew Maley Poker. I'm sorry, search Matthew Maley Poker, and I put all my big updates on there. So, till the next video, it's your boy Matthew Maley from MatthewMaley.com, officially signing off. Peace out, y'all.